Greetings and salutations, my beautiful people. Welcome to my second channel and the show on the second channel called Regarding, where I just ramble about anything, about movies, about games, about life, about absolutely everything at all, music, anything and everything. And this time, for the first time in the history of this show, I'm going to be talking about something that isn't really that much to do with video games. You can relate it to video game developers, I suppose, but this is more aimed at music and movie people. And it was something that I was just noticing a lot in the news recently, and it really kind of, it made me think, and I just wanted to share some of my thoughts about the matter, and that is about, it's going to sound pretty weedy and pathetic, but I thought it was quite interesting to think about, which was celebrities, and keyword celebrities, reacting to paparazzi. Now let's step back for a second and think about what's going on. I don't know, there have been tons of examples in the past of celebrities lashing out at cameramen, at reporters, at the paps. At the paps, the pappy paps. They really, some of them are really cool with it, but some of them will lash out, violently lash out. I mean, the first thing that comes to people's minds is Justin Bieber. He's kind of made that a thing now. Before it was even a thing. He's done it so much now. Oh, what a cunt. But it got me thinking. What I did was, after I heard about what he was saying and doing with the paparazzi and everything, I kind of decided to put myself in his position. So I was sitting there in his seat, in his mind, and I was thinking, okay, so I'm sitting at home, I want to go out and get a coffee, and I get bombarded with people who are snapping photos, and there's flashes everywhere, and people won't leave me alone, and they're very, very invasive to my privacy, and they take pictures of me when I'm on holiday, and they gossip about me, and they do horrible, horrible things about things that aren't even their own business, and things they shouldn't even really care about, and I'm only human, right? I'm only human, and it's gonna make me angry, and I'm gonna lash out. And you know what? In most cases that can be justified. But then people don't stop and think for a second, because whenever someone defends a guy like Justin Bieber or anybody that lashes out at paparazzi, whenever someone defends the person, that is all they talk about, that's all they consider, that's all they think about, which is, he's only a normal person, or she's only a normal person, and you can only take so much. It doesn't matter how many people like what you do, or how many followers you have, or anything, or how many albums you sell, or movies you direct, or a star in, anything like that, you're still a human being with raw, simple emotions sometimes, and you can be driven to violence. You know what? Everybody feels like that sometimes. I understand that. But when you start defending people like that, and all you're considering is that, that's when I started thinking more about it. Because now let's think about it from the pap's perspective. Okay, yes, it's unfortunate that there has to be so many of them in a short space, and it seems unfortunate that they have to be so like intrusive and evasive and annoying. But here's the thing, guys. The paparazzi are there for two reasons. One, to give the people that they're talking to promotion. They're promoting them. Good or bad news, it's promotion. I mean, the bad news, if it is bad, is going to get out at some point, but the good news as well, it's all promotion. There is no reason to get upset with more promotion that you're not even asking for. It's free advertisement. So that's one thing to consider. And secondly, they are working their bollocks off to try and make a living trying to get interviews and chats and everything with these people. They are working their asses off. That's why they seem so intrusive and so snivelling and so horrible and so in your face, because they're desperately trying to make a living here. And you know what? I'm all for a celebrity taking a break if paparazzi gets too much, because I can completely understand why that would be annoying. But I beg to ask, what is the actual problem? Actors in movies, music stars, all of these people are getting paid millions to do something they love doing. Yes, what they do may involve a lot of work, but still, it involves a lot of work, a lot of graft, a lot of time, and a lot of luck half of the time. I mean, lots of people on YouTube can relate to that luck as well. It's about knowing exactly what you're doing, working passionately, getting better at what you do, and then hopefully everything works out. But then when you're getting paid millions upon millions to do this, and some of us are still trying to struggle to pay the bills, and are working day in, day out, 24/7, that's when you got to stop and think. The paparazzi, I mean, you've chosen the life of a celebrity. The paparazzi It's part of the fucking paycheck, guys. If you have that much of a problem, if you didn't realise it was going to be that intrusive and invading to your privacy, you shouldn't have taken up those contracts. You shouldn't have done what you're doing, because you're getting paid millions for the privilege of doing what you love doing and then talking to paps about it and getting exposure and going to interviews and everything. That's what you're getting paid for. That's part of the bloody job. And yes, you can get angry if they start getting too private or they start getting too much in your face. But at the end of the day, these people are earning pretty much, well, they can earn a lot, but some of these people are earning absolutely nothing. And for you, this millions of pound earning person who does what he loves doing, to then act like a whiny baby and punch them in the face, you look like a right dickhead. I'm sorry, guys. It's just an interesting psychological experiment, really, because whenever people defend their favourite movie and music stars, and that's all they say. Oh yes, but the paparazzi are so invasive. That's it. They take pictures of them at holiday and they don't want to be followed around all the time. That's fine, but you're getting paid millions. There's at least a little bit of graft. You can help out for other people, right? They can be very rude, they can be very pushy, but then maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe it's not because, well, it can be because they're working their bollocks off to try and get a story or do anything like that, but then it could also be because all of those attitudes from movie and music stars, all of your attitudes combined have given people the impression that they can't actually get any polite word from you unless you scream in their face. Ever stop and think about that? At the end of the day, they're doing you a favour, so why not do them a favour? I know there's a lot of them, I know they're very, very intrusive to your privacy, but for God's sakes, you're getting paid millions. There's at least there's part of that millions has to go out to somewhere, alright? Where I don't agree with this stuff is where people start talking about deaths, or they start talking about absolutely awful things, like, example, that one scene in that newest movie, Rush, if any of you have seen that, when one of the interviewees near the end of the movie, he asks Nicky Lauda after he has his face burnt off, he says, and it's a legitimate question, which is, can your wife ever look at you the same way again now that your face is all burnt off? Can the relationship work? Yep, that is terrible and you deserve a punch in the face. But when you're just walking down the street and you bump into someone and you just want to ask them a question or ask them about something, why you would lash out and start punching them in the face for no other reason, I do not understand. I will never understand, and you should not be... You don't deserve any of the money that you get if you're going to start doing that. That is my opinion. You can handle the paps in any single way that you choose, but violently lashing out, you don't deserve a penny if you're going to do that. You can ignore them, you can walk on by, you can be politely ignoring them. It's all about just being polite, alright? That's the least you can do if you're getting paid millions upon millions. Just be polite. If you don't want to answer any questions, just say that. Don't act like a whiny 14-year-old and start battering people and having your security guards drag you away, because it just makes you look like a bloody child. And it makes everyone pissed off and nobody will like you, and then the videos just go out and get viral, and then you just make more hate upon yourself. So you know what? I don't even know why you do it in the first place. But anyway, that was just a weird thought. Yeah, weird video, weird thought, but you know what, lots of interesting ideas, so I'm interested to hear what you guys think about this. Anyway, it was just random thought that popped into my head, and I felt like I had to talk about it. This video was regarding the Pa-Pa-Pa-Paparazzi. My name is Caddy, and I fucking decided to go.